Hey everybody, Dog8798 here. This is my rant on professional wrestler CM Punk. I hate CM Punk. I think CM Punk is one of the most overrated, overhyped wrestlers of all time. In my opinion, he's a normal mid carder who got lucky with one shoot promo or pipe bomb, and since that promo or pipe bomb has not delivered anything. In my opinion, this current storyline with him and Heyman is absolutely boring. Now, I was a huge fan of CM Punk's early work on the independent circuit, TNA, and his WWE career from 2006 till 2011. Since 2012, he has not delivered anything for me worthy of being a top star and a main eventer. In my opinion, he's just like Cena. He worked his way up. Then, in my opinion, he sold out. He sold out. He sold out with that pipe bomb. He sold out with that pipe bomb and became a top guy. My opinion, did not do anything to deserve a world heavyweight to deserve the WWE championship and to deserve to be in the main events. And also made the ratings go down when he was champion and made the WWE championship even more irrelevant, and didn't draw anything, didn't draw flies when he was WWE champion. And I would forgive all of that if he was actually good in the ring. In my opinion, he's a good wrestler, but he's overhyped as a wrestler. His wrestling matches are, my opinion, especially today, are boring and fake and fake. They don't look believable, and he just doesn't have no mainstream appeal. He looks like a drug addict. He's this guy who puts on a bunch of tattoos and all of a sudden he's a badass. And what's his name? And in his so-called, people say he has Muay Thai MMA skills. His Muay Thai MMA skills look fake, horrible, and rehearsed, and don't like they hurt anyone. But like I said, I was a huge fan of CM Punk, his early independent career and his early WWE career. My favorite match and feud of his was his feud with John Morrison. Back in 2007. I thought that was an awesome feud. He also had a good feud and match with Elijah Burke, TNA's D'Angelo De Niro. But after 2011, his matches became boring. His matches with Daniel Bryan, which everybody loves, I was hugely impressed by them when I watched him in 2012, but none of his matches with Daniel Bryan really impressed me. They're not WWE Championship matches. They're Ring of Honor, Intercontinental Cruiserweight title style matches. They don't impress me as matches. The only one I thought was good was the three-way Bryan, between himself, Bryan, and Kane, and the rematch with Cena at Night of Champions 2012 are the only matches he's had that's really good. Oh, and his matches with The Rock. These are the only main event caliber matches he had, and those matches were because of the other guy. His current stuff with Axel and Heyman is absolutely boring. Axel just generally really isn't that good, and Punk isn't that much better than that, and Heyman's character is boring and stale. What's his name? He has not delivered any solid match. He has not delivered, in my opinion, any real good match, any performance in the ring. And then, like I said, going back to his shoot promo, he has delivered nothing. He promised change. He promised he would be the voice of the voiceless. He's not the voice of the voiceless. He's a sellout. He said all that stuff so he can become a top guy, a main eventer, a guy who's a mid-carder so he can become a main eventer. He doesn't care about the company being crap because he knows he can be the best in this era of mediocrity. If it was any of the previous eras, he would not be in the spot he's in. Any Hogan era, New Generation era, Attitude era, Ruthless Aggression era, he would not have been in the spot he's in. In the Ruthless Aggression era, he was a mid-carder, which is where he belongs. Then he doesn't care about He doesn't care about putting over the other wrestlers. He just like Cena, just like Triple H, he buries and disses wrestlers on the mics. That's pretty much what he is. That's pretty much what his character is. A guy who talks about, a guy who just disses and verbally abuses people. He's a punk, like his name, CM Punk, and and he's just man, he's just boring now, and he's the worst thing about WWE. I want WWE to fire him because he's boring. He's boring. I don't there's no entertainment appeal in CM Punk. Then outside of wrestling, he's arrogant. He thinks he's better than guys like The Rock. The Rock. He thinks he's better than guys like The Rock, Stone Cold, Hogan, and those guys. When he doesn't draw the money, draw the ratings they draw, and in my opinion, he's not as good as a performer as any of those guys. Were. Then he has a nerve to say, he wasn't a fan of his matches with The Rock when his matches with The Rock were some of the best matches he's had. His other matches that he had in 2012 bore me to tears, and he made the ratings go down. Yes, John Cena is a bigger draw than CM Punk, and I hate Cena too. Well, this is my random. Well, and before I finish, some people say, CM Punk is not in charge. He can't control everything that goes on in the company. He can rebel. What I mean by rebel with the company, he should have left with the title, or not with the title, but he should have quit wrestling. Why would you want to be a wrestler in this crappy era and crappy product? He should have quit wrestling until WWE delivered all those changes he promised. But no, he doesn't care about all those. What's his name? He's a PG. He's a PG SOB, and doesn't care about the fans and all that stuff and all that stuff. He doesn't care as long as he gets to be the top guy. Then another problem I have with him is his sellout gimmick. He's supposed to be anti-corporate. Yet you see him on the cover of the video game WWE 2013. You see him in on these talk shows, in these terrible commercials, like the WWE 2013 WWE 13 video game, and the SummerSlam 2013 Rise Above the Stars music video commercial, which was terrible. And then on the cover of the SummerSlam poster, which shows everyone on a roller coaster, hate CM Punk. Well, that's it. The Wrestling Burial Marathon will continue. Doug 8798 out.